Hey, I'm Pascal from Orangepixel. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. We have audio. Not making the same mistake as last week, where I recorded 20 minutes of a video and forgot the audio was not turned on. Had to redo all of that. Then I messed that up as well. You might not have noticed it last week's video, but I was talking about a bunch of things while showing you footage of Space Grunts 3. Which is fine, it's my new game I'm working on, that's a good thing to show. Except I was talking about a few other things. Let me show you what went wrong. So this whole clip, this one right over, this should not have been there at all. I'm not sure how it got there before I actually rendered the video, but it blocked all of this on this row right here. So these things you didn't get to see, these things you didn't get to see until like the last bit. So, whoops. A bunch of things I talked about, I'm gonna repeat them in this video just for a little bit so that you can actually see the footage. And then we'll get into some juicy things about Space Grunts 3 and the amount of wishlist gained from last week's turn-based Thursday festival on Steam. After the intro. Okay, so first thing, last week I mentioned my games being on the Epic Game Store mobile and a few other things. Let me run those clips a little bit, but now with the right footage. My games show up on various things. I showed on Epic Game Store mobile. All my games on the front page at once was insane. My games have been showing up on GOG and various other places thanks to my deal with Handy Games. So the back catalog is making money again. This is a good thing. It gives me a little room to breathe on my next projects. Because I also showed you Regulators on mobile. Already have it working, semi-working on Android. I have Gauntlet of Power ready for iOS. So now I just need to figure out how to contact Apple for this Game Store thing, whatever it is. And see if there's maybe something we can do there with my games. We'll figure it out. Of course, Switch version still coming. A couple of other Switch games are coming. Yeah, lots of games are coming. It's all in the pipeline. And I'm just happily working on Space Grunts. So go check out the demo for Space Grunts. It's alright, and hopefully this week I'll have a video without too many weird stuff happening. I'm constantly looking at my meter so that audio is still there. Lights are all on in the background. It's just been a hectic couple of weeks. Last week, Space Grunts 3 first public demo in Steam's, well, not Steam's, but in the Turn-Based Thursday Festival, which is hosted by the Turn-Based Thursday group, or maybe someone's behind it. It's not Steam, but somebody's behind it. But it's a pretty good event. Space Grunts was in it with the demo, first public demo. Game is not done yet. Honestly, I was hesitated about putting my demo in it. It's a good thing to have your demo out there and game playable, but it was very early days, so the demo, it wasn't the best demo I wanted out there to be played. But you try to get into these events, and there's a lot of these events and fests happening throughout the year, and right now it's booming business. The couple of months from May up till I think September, there's a huge amount of things happening, and you just try to get your game in there. And I write to a lot of these events. I have Regulators, my previous game that's now available. Check that out on Steam as well. We're still at 100% positive rating. That's going very well, but we could use some more sales numbers or more sales. So those numbers will automatically also change. Yeah, anyway, Regulators has been submitted to Tiny Developers Fest. So Tiny Teams Fest thingy. Not sure I'm getting in. That's the problem with all these festivals these days. There are so many games being submitted, and you just hope that you get through the whole checklist and get through the whole curated people, whoever they are, that they pick your game. So I'm not sure yet if it gets into that. I hope it will, but I'm not sure yet. So we'll see. I think I submitted it to another festival as well. Forgot which one, but there's another fest. I'm just keep submitting my games to it here and there, especially the ones I'm working on and the ones that are recently released. in the hopes that it gets into such a festival and it does some extra numbers. Because Space Grunts, my whole purpose was to gain wishlist numbers. Last week I mentioned I was hoping for 200-300 wishlists. I'm not expecting a huge amount, but 200-300 wishlists in a week is not bad. The event started last Monday, or June the 2nd. I think that was on Monday, and it lasted till yesterday, June 9th. So that's a whole week. The game was at 301 wishlists before the event. We are now at a little over 700 wishlists. So we gained 400 wishlists, more than double the amount I had so far. Mostly because of this festival. Of course, last week's video was about Space Grunts, but I'm not guessing that brought in a lot of new wishlists. I think most of these came from the festival. So now this week is Steam's Next Fest, but Space Grunts is not in it because I'm gonna go for probably the next fest or the one after that. So in between, hopefully there will be a few other festivals where I can get this game into, but the demo needs work before I do that. The game needs to have be a little bit further, closer to a release, and I have actually made some big changes this week based on feedback. So the original demo that's live as I'm recording this, but I'm probably pushing a new demo when this video goes live or tomorrow on Friday. The demo right now has a countdown. And I know a lot of people told me that was stupid before I even implemented it. And it's not stupid, it works, but it also changes how the game has to be played. The idea was that you start at a room and there are teleporters at certain areas of the level. You move to a teleporter, it resets your turns. You have 80 to 100 turns, something like that. I think I had it at 80. Then you have, that means you can do 80 turns before you have to reset it again at one of the teleporters. It's an interesting idea, and of course people don't like it because it's weird and different. But that's pretty much how we get to new game ideas. We have to try these things as developers and hope that it actually works. This one, it does work, but maybe not in this game. The problem with it, and I felt this a little bit myself as well while playtesting it, but I got it confirmed from a few others. There's less room for exploring the level because you're constantly looking at, okay, where do I have to go to reset this timer? Can I take, or do I dare to go to the next room, or should I walk back to the safe spot and then maybe try another direction? Which means a couple of rooms further than 1 or 2 rooms, you might actually not be exploring them. That's a weird sentence, but I hope you understand what I mean. There will be areas that you're rather like, ignore that part. I don't think there's anything there. I'm not gonna go there and risk running out of turns, so I'll better walk back and reset my turns. I had items that will help you increase the amount of turns, and that makes it work, but it felt more like something working against you instead of being interesting enough to work with, if that makes sense as well. And I got that confirmed from a few gamers or people on the Discord who told me this is not what you should be doing. We don't like this. It puts a little bit, it doesn't allow us to explore the game and move around freely. We're constantly thinking about the timer. I think I might actually try this timer thing in an action game at some point. So there's like a real time and not amount of turns, but an amount of minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes, you have to reset that time, or maybe 30-40 seconds. So like there's maybe a core spot in the level, you can move out a little bit and shoot things or collect things, but you have to get back to the center before time runs out. I think it can still be an interesting game mechanic. I'm not giving up on that just yet, but I'm not adding it to Space Grunts 3. I actually removed it already, so new demo is coming without it. I have to say, it does make it more interesting to run around the level. You get to explore a little bit more. You don't have to worry about time running out, which is always a good thing. And it feels more like the original Space Grunts. And that is the thing I had high on my to-do list for this game or any game I'm making from now on. Make sure that you know what you're building and it feels good. And this one has to feel like the original Space Grunts, because that game has a huge fan base and did very well. Let's try and just grab all the good stuff from that and make it better, and not make too many changes that maybe make it worse. So playing it a little bit safe by removing this weird function, but the return thing that's also in the game, so when you die, certain things that you placed in a level will still be there. That's still in the game, because that's a pretty interesting one. Very tiny change on what the original Space Grunts was, but I think it adds a little bit to the gameplay tactic wise. So you could add like a turret somewhere, and when you die, that turret will still be there on your next try. So that way, if you run into a room full of robots and you cannot get past them, if you manage to put a new turret on every try, that room will be a lot clearer or cleaner when you arrive there. So I think that's a good thing to still have in the game. Nobody complained about that part. So that's staying, and that's how we're just gonna build the rest of the game now. It also meant I had to remove certain things. There were already bonus items you would gain that would then increase the amount of turns you have. Well, all that stuff had to be stripped out of it. It's still there code-wise. Maybe I can use it for special levels or special areas or secret areas or something. That could still work. So it's still in the game, it's just not active anymore, so players won't notice it. We'll see. Maybe it comes back for a special bonus area. That could probably be interesting, and then players can actually avoid it by simply not going to that bonus area, for example. So we'll see. There will be a new demo for Space Grunts 3. I will also post an announcement for that on the Steam page, and also on the Steam developer page, something I also talked about last week. And we have actually managed to increase the amount of followers on the developer page. If you are not following me there just yet, go check it out now. The link is in the description below. Follow a developer on Steam, because then you get all the information when they release new games, new demos, discounts, things like that can all be found there. So it's a good thing to start following your favorite developers and Orangepixel. No, I mean, start following Orangepixel, your favorite developer. Okay, we're now at 610 followers. It's going very slowly. I think last week we were at 590-ish. So 20 new followers. It's a slow start, but I'll keep pushing the page on social media and hope to increase that to maybe like 1,000 by the end of the year. That would be a cool thing to have. Also very hard and difficult to do, but we'll see where it all ends by the time we reach the end of the year. For now, go check it out. And Space Grunts is there, Regulators is there, demos for Guns, Powder, Regulator, Space Grunts all up as well, so you can check them out for free. And if you like and enjoy them, get the full version, and don't forget to leave a review. Very important. Also for all the Steam algorithm things. Other than that, I have not prepared a lot of things for this week's video. It's a shorter week due to national holiday. I think multiple countries had that holiday. Also, we're finally, probably maybe getting some very sunny weather by the end of the week. I might actually take a little bit of time off to enjoy that. So yeah, a short video so I can actually do some work this week as well before I skip out of the office again. So that's it for this week's video. Go check out Space Grunts 3. I should have a new demo available when this video goes live. I hope. That's gonna be my goal. If not, check it tomorrow by the end of the week, Friday, probably. New demo is coming. Anyway, just follow Orangepixel on Steam, the developer page, and I will announce it there if there's a new demo. And then you can check that out. If you still want the old demo, you should have checked it before when I told you last week, because by now that demo is probably gone and replaced with a better one. So it's a win-win situation. All right, make sure to like, subscribe, comment below, and if you are one of those idle watchers who has nothing to add to this video because they just enjoy my content and want to watch it till the end but still show their appreciation for the YouTube algorithm, then the keyword for this week's, yeah, I'm stalling again. I'm slowly, because again, I have not prepared a keyword. The keyword for this week, put it in the comments below if you have nothing else to add. The word is demo. No, that's a stupid word. Stupid word. The comment for this week's video, stupid word, which is 2 words, but stupid word. I'll just put it in there. It's on me. It's on me. I'm stupid for not having prepared this. Stupid word in the comments below. I'll take it all. And I actually enjoy the creativity that you guys are showing with these words. It's a lot of fun for me to read. I'm not replying to everything because, well, apparently you had nothing else to say except that word, but then you guys make it into interesting things every now and then, which I really, really enjoy. So stupid words in the comment below. See you next week. I'll try to prepare more for next week's video. All right. Bye.